In days of old, when dragons roamed the land, fair maidens spent a great deal of time languishing in towers and devising ways to encounter young knights who were eager to rescue them from days of idleness. Or so conventional wisdom would have us believe. But the records of the time, tax surveys and artwork, tell a different story. Medieval women, in fact, worked long and hard with no immediate rescue in sight. Most belonged to the peasant class. They worked for their fathers or husbands, or were indentured to large feudal estates. They often did the same back-breaking work as their men, usually for lower wages. Sometimes they formed part of a floating population of workers that roamed the country at harvest time, or were rented out by their fathers to other households in return for wages and clothing. But then things began to change. The Middle Ages saw the growth of towns and cities and a commercial working class. Now women could become jewelers, shopkeepers, tailors, and apothecaries. Although most craft guilds accepted only men, a woman could gain a foothold in business by apprenticing in her parents' trade or inheriting a shop from her dead husband. And there were some who entered business entirely on their own. Some skills were practiced by all women, peasants and ladies alike. One was the central industry of the time, the manufacture of textiles. From tending the silkworms to growing the flax till the yarns were woven into cloth, women did it all. They practiced the healing arts until eased out by the rise of professional male doctors, and acted as midwives, even performing cesarean sections. Some women supported themselves as artists. Others were hired to teach the children of the wealthy. But most nonconformists became nuns. As nuns, they were free to think of spiritual and metaphysical things, to study and distinguish themselves in science, politics, and of course, religion. And if a nun became an abbess, she governed over vast parcels of land in the name of God. Women in the upper classes, far from being pampered, were expected to entertain and to oversee the preparation and storage of foods. Ladies ran huge estates and sometimes ruled whole countries, if only by virtue of birth. And when her lord went off to war, a lady was expected to stay home and hold the fort, and to keep things in good repair. With so much to be done, there was probably little time left for romantic trysts or dragons. In an age when everyone was bound by class to do certain tasks, women were doubly bound by their sex. But in the course of doing those tasks, they chipped away at the restrictions placed on them for being women, for the benefit of centuries of women to come.